niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top, no. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I had no life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name. Now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas. Not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the face. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head to make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap. I thank the Lord for the day I was on 8th Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. From the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the window.
Shalom Israel, with ISUPK, start off 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commanding General Yohanan, 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up and are indeed the 12th tribe of Israel. I'm Officer Kazak Park, and we teach that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel here in ISUPK. As a matter of fact, if you're not under Commanding General Yohanan, the ISUPK, you're simply not in the truth. We teach in LASHAWAN QADASH class tonight, as we do every Friday night here in South Carolina. We urge that you take notes, get in class, and understand our language in our class that we're teaching tonight. Of course, we'll go over some of the characters. We'll go over some of the vowels as we wait for people to check in more. We want you to understand that the LASHAWAN QADASH is our language for the blacks. When I say our, I say the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's not for any other people, not for any other race. Matter of fact, the Most High is a racist. We are the chosen, because He is particular about the choosing of the people who He wants to be called Israel, called the chosen. And that's what we are. That's what we're teaching you, that you don't just go and say we all clumped in there and joined together. The Most High said for us to separate. That word is badal, B-A-D-A-L. Badal, and then you separate. So we put a a ka on the end of that. That's a possessive adjective. Badal ka. Badalka. So we'll let you know that the children of Israel are to separate from these other nations. We're not supposed to be intended to be there with them anyway. We are the chosen, and we're going to show you that. But before we go over there, we're going to go a little bit on the Hebrew characters as we check in. Let me check and see who's in already. Okay. So we got some people already checking in. We'll let you know that we are the chosen. All right. Let you know. Okay. We'll go over some of these characters here real quick, and we'll find out. In LASHAWAN QADASH, of course, I have it written from right to left here because it's, I'm got the American mind there in some things. I'm sorry. For we write from left to right here in America, but actually, if I was to really write that like I did it on the board over here, right here, LASHAWAN. That's LASHAWAN. QADASH. And I have it in two different, I guess, notation. We call it Paleo and Assyrian. And so, Paleo, let's see, the Assyrian is right here. This is Assyrian language right here. Because we got that out of captivity. It's important that's why I got this class tonight, so we'll know that we ain't Assyrians. They took our language and adopted it, but the problem is they use different characters for what the Paleo Hebrew is actually what you have in red here. This is the Paleo right here. This is the Paleo, and that is the original mother tongue. That's the original Hebrew. The Paleo right here, when you say in LASHAWAN, the reason why is because the Paleo, it has connectors, which show you how to pronounce, to enunciate your words together. It's like how you enunciate your words. The Paleo, put a little better than that. There we go. See, the Paleo Hebrew, we take the time to have an independent sound, and then we want to make a sound join together. We put a U. We put the upside down U over here for this value, okay? And we put the upside down U, and those are connectors. Those are called independent connector. They don't need any values other than their independent sound. So use la, and there's a la. If you notice over here, you have the L, la. Okay, there it is right there. And I'll write a few words up here too, so you can see as we move on, and we're going to get to who are the chosen here. Of course, you can already see the Most High has given us LASHAWAN QADASH. He chose us and gave us a language in the Paleo Hebrew. Of course, we were in captivity in the Assyrian Empire. And right here, you see how the characters drastically change. If you notice, if you want to say what an L looks like here, look at this L. I'll just write it over here in blue so you can see it a little better. Right here. Like that. Or you can say like this. Sort of like that. That's with the L, but over here, that's an L. But if you notice, this L in Assyrian looks like this. Okay? That's the difference in LASHAWAN QADASH, where we teach the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Yiddish people over there right now call themselves perpetrating themselves as Jews. They're no more Jews than a man on the moon right now. I mean, LASHAWAN QADASH is written from right to left. And that's why I wrote down here, right to left. Of course, LASHAWAN, I could have wrote this backwards, but just understand, hear me. LASHAWAN QADASH. We understand. Salaki for a second. See who's checking here. Hold a minute. Let's see. Okay. Good. All right. LASHAWAN QADASH. We teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And LASHAWAN QADASH, it goes from right to left. That's why the Most High chose us to give us this pure language right here. And it says QADASH. QADASH right here means to set apart, to make distinct. We are set apart. We are chosen. QADASH. So we have this Q here. There's the Q right there. Right there. QADASH. Now this is the Paleo Hebrew here. Now it has one independent connector sound. That's an upside down U. That makes that one sound right there. It makes that Q sound. And that is a qua. And that qua is right here. I wrote it on the board meticulously, so I try to do it every class so we get a little people who haven't, who need a refresher course. There it is. Qua. That's a connector right there. That is an independent connector. So I'll put a little upside down U right there. And of course, we have a U. That U looking sound right there. I'm sorry, the U connector connects the D. This is the D, which is the da. See that sound right there? Da, D-A. Right there. That's da. So write this in your notes. Da. And then you have sha. Here's sha. We have Officer Shar in the class. And that's the first character to his name, Sha. So we hear this right here. So we say Sha. So when we say QADASH, but when we do that, we have to put the D and this W looking thing here, which is a Sha, we put them together and call that a dependent connector here in Hebrew. And that's what the Paleo Hebrew is designed to do by the Most High. That's what He given us. In the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians here in ISUPK, we learn this. This is what we learn. We learn this. Now, of course, I said in Assyrian, we learn also that they gave us a characters in our language. Put this like this, sorry. They gave us characters in our language that has no connectors. All it has is ending sounds, like this right here, LASHAWAN, like this N here, like that N, or way over here. See the na in LASHAWAN? There it is right there. That's the na. Okay? So in Assyrian, when you want to say a word, Salaki for a second, hold a minute. Salaki. Come on in. Okay. Hey, how you doing? All right. Oh. Go ahead. Yes. Y'all guys, y'all put your seats over there, sis. Yeah, we have some more people in class here, which is always good. That's how I learned Hebrew, by stepping it up and getting into class every single Friday. I don't believe I missed a day on the Officer Dawada. He was a great teacher, still is. He still always corrects me, which is good. And that's how we learn. That's how we learn this anything by repetition, being consistent, repetition, and understanding who you are as a Hebrew. Officer Dawada put us to the test, and Officer Natazah put us to the test, and say, listen, get in here and learn these characters. I can write these characters down now, and I really don't have to memorize them. I don't look at any notes, they're already memorized. Here they are. You see? So we have Paleo Hebrew, and we have Assyrian Hebrew. And like I said, the Assyrian is sort of a corrupt understanding of the Paleo, because the Paleo, it's the same Hebrew, it's just that they take the sounds And they even corrupt some of those when you think about it, but the sound is exactly the same as it's supposed to be. But there's some camps that mess up things and say shalom. They added another character there. It should be shalom. That's a whole other thing. But in paleo, we use these connectors, and so we eliminate those mistakes like that. When we say QADASH, which is holy, we understand that we use this D, we use this Shah here in paleo. The paleo is the top line, and the Syrian is the bottom line. We understand it's easy to pronounce, you take your time, easy to enunciate. And now, because we have these connectors, I can really tell the word apart and tell you how things look by saying Qua and then Dash, put them together. Put this D and W together, and that Shah together, that's QADASH, okay? And of course, paleo doesn't do that. All they have is an ending character over here if you need it, you know, because if you look down here in the green, you'll see the ending character. QADASH. That's the difference. So understand, let's see what we have in class over here before we get on even further. So we're going to get into a topic tonight. We have chosen to try to get into a little bit, try to match it up with LASHAWAN QADASH. Have a Sean in class. Very good, Sean. Trying to teach you, show you a little bit about this LASHAWAN QADASH class here. All right. Got troopers. Sean just took his test. We're getting ready to be an officer. That's great. This is how you do it, by getting into class. You know, I appeared here. Me and Officer Shar, we came here. You know, it's all we do. Is class. That's what we did. And that's what South Carolina do. We breed officers here. We breed men. We breed. Of course, we have great women that support our men here. Okay, and that's what we do. We keep the order. The Most High, Yahweh Shah. Then we have the man. Then we have the woman. Okay, we have the brothers, then we have Akwaf, and then that's the woman. And of course, these are the characters. So if you get familiar with them, when you want to, you know, I can't push these down your throat. All I can do is just give you illustrations so you can understand. Give you a word, for instance. I think somebody wanted me to get a word to say. I believe it was strong. I think I looked it up. I could be wrong. I believe it is. Here it is, right here. Here's a word, for instance. Got to have some room up here. Won't have a whole lot. Strong. And that word is shakar. See, where am I going to write this at? Let's just erase this for right now, and I'll get it later. That word is shakar. Shakar. Okay? Yeah, there we go. So we'll sort of, let's get some room here. I need a bigger board, but this right now, the Most High has granted us with this, and we say Shah. Okay? Of course, we're going to say the ka. The ka sound, you know, we're going to abagada, hawazaka, right here. Right there. So you want to use, since I'm doing it in Assyrian, you want to use that one. Wow, let's get some room over here, I'll tell you. Right here. I'll do it in Assyrian, then I'll turn around and do that word, strong, okay? All right? And then, let's make sure. Then, of course, we have an R right here. There it is right there. Shakar, and of course, this also, in paleo, will be like this. Let's get some more room, of course. Shakar. Okay? It'll look like that one. They almost look like, you know, cousins there, but they're not quite. Then we have ka. That looks like that. Because that's the Hebrew for ka in paleo, right here. Okay? Right there. And then of course we have an R. we have the R sound right here in Paleo, right, looks like that. There are no ending characters. Of course, I'll have to, let's see if I got some room here. Sha, right there. And then we have, let me see if I can get some room right here. Then we'll move on here. Then I write Ka. We'll join those two together with an upside down. I need a U sound right there. Let's see who else checked in class. Let's find out. Adrian. Okay, Sister Sarab here. Let's see, Adrian. Sister Shirab. Okay. All right. Now, of course, this is a refresher course, you know. When you're trying to learn LASHAWAN QADASH, you need to understand. Let's see if we can remember how many characters are there in class in LASHAWAN QADASH.
22.
All right, get us, sister.
22.
How old are you, sister? How old are you? 6 years old. That's Shasha. Okay? This sister's 6 years old. When Officer Natazar, our camp leader's child, said 22 characters. You remember that because she's come to class. And that's what happens when you come to class. When you come to class, you're just 6 years old. When you come to class and you do this over and over again, you can't help but to let it sink in to your own osmosis. That's very good, very good. Give another hand. Very good. That's exactly right. She can't help to learn that because that's what she's learning here. And kids grasp onto things real good. Of course, officers and the brothers and the sisters. It's a lot to the men above me. But we have Shakar, it means strong. Shah, right here. Ka, okay, right here. And then Ra. If you notice, I use all the top line because the top line is nothing but Paleo. The bottom line right up under it is the Syrian, okay? And of course, the green or the ending characters, that's all you have to know about. All you have to know about a Syrian, let's start with Paleo. All you have to know about a Paleo Hebrew is that it's not corrupt. It is the pure language in its form. So when we use all this top line here, all these top lines, when you say a, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, that whole top line, write that down in your notes. You know, backwards A, upside down B, some sideways L, a triangle looking thing there, a little cone, a little tuning fork, maybe however you want to say, Z, a ladder. And that's what it is. Because see, we are the chosen people of the Most High. He's given us a pure language. Everybody tries to copy off us. We got the swag. We have everything you need to succeed in life. Why we want to throw it away, I don't know. But the Most High has given us the LASHAWAN QADASH. That's what we're going to deal with for right now, and then we're going to move on. But when you use this Paleo up here, of course, it used connectors, and you can't go wrong. When you want to say la by itself, sha to repeat again, and wa, okay? What wa? There's wa, and there's the na. La, sha, wan. You don't use an any connector here because you only do that in Assyrian. That's why we use that green one over here, which is over here. Anytime you see an N, I have them on the board. The ending connectors, if you want to know, the ending characters of Assyrian, then you go and look at the board here. Ka, looks like that. Looks like some sort of 7. Kind of make it a little longer there, 7, right there. Looks sort of like that. Okay, here's another one. When the M has a, I try to do this as pure as I can so you won't mistake them for anything else. All right? When you do the M, because it's Assyrian now, the language that's the characters have been made totally different. And I kind of call it corrupt because you can't really tell what they really, how you put them together because they have no connectors. I mean, that's what I was talking. And it makes sense. Check this out. The M looks like this. It has an ending character right here. The N looks like that. So like a sideways slant 7 there, you know, on the end. If you see this at the end in a Syrian, like right here, then know that's a Syrian. An ending connector. Okay? And over here, the Pa looks like some sort of hangman right there, and it's extended hangman, except it doesn't have a hook right there. That's the Pa in Paleo, but right here the Syrian looks like this. But if you get down here to the green one, that is the ending character. We have 5 ending characters in Assyrian. In Syrian Hebrew, 5 ending characters. Then you have the Tazah right there. The Tazah has an ending character. Of course, you have the Paleo up here, but right here you have a character that looks like some sort of Y. We're talking Assyrian, but the ending character looks like a long stem Y. And if you count them, 1 for the Ka, ending character for Assyrian. The Ma has look like a triangle with a stem out of it. That's an ending character. You have the Na, that's an ending character. So I want you guys to write these down. I'll give you time before I erase this and move on. We have the Na for the N, of course. Of course, in Assyrian, right above it, you have just a regular N. That's what it looks like in Assyrian. But when you get to, if it occurs at the end of a word, it looks like this. That N looks just like that. Okay? Then you have the Pa. Have like a long stem, almost a repeat of that, only just a long stem, look like a little flower at the end of it, and with a little circle. That's what a Pa looks like in Assyrian. It only occurs at the end. And of course you have the Tazah. You use words like Officer Natazah's name, or the young man Natazah. You would spell his name. If you would spell his name in Assyrian, you would use this character at the end. Okay? Or, you know, Officer Captain Katazah. Okay? And that's Tazah, but it's not at the end. But and neither one of these at the end. I'm sorry, I apologize. That you use Tazah, but if you want to use if you want to understand what the Tazah looks like, it looks like this, that little Y there, okay? But it doesn't have an ending character in this particular case. What I was saying in Natazah's name is just, that's what his name is spelled like. Tazah, you'll have, when you see Natazah, you'll see that little Y. Of course, if you have
That's a big one.
if you have a word where the Tazah is at the end, like Aratazah, like earth, I might be able to spell that out. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if I got even room here. No, I don't. But anyway, if you spell Aratazah, yes, I may have it right here. If you spell Aratazah, you say A-H-R-A-T-A-Z-A. That's when you would use this long stem at the end. It will look like this. This Tazah right here will look just like this. It'll look like that long stem, like that. It'll look like that. Like this one. Right there. Okay? Let me give you guys a chance to catch up. Write it down. Now, as I speak, I want to see if wake up the audience here. Online, we give you a chance. Online, we're going to let them answer it online first, okay, sis? Online, let's see. In class, how many vowel sounds are there in LASHAWAN QADASH? All right, we'll let them, because they have to catch up on that because they're writing down here, you guys in class. But how many vowel sounds are in LASHAWAN QADASH? How many are there? See if you can remember.
6.
Is it one or two? You know, type in the chat, a one or a two.
Two.
How many
Two.
sounds are there?
2.
Some of the people in here saying two. This is one. That's good. Yeah, I can't stop that. That's good. Because see, they've been coming to class and instinctively, directively, as they see, they understand that they've been looking at this so much till they understand. Let's see. I think it's Daquan Curse. He's in class. There's 2 vowel sounds. That's exactly right. Daquan. Let's give Daquan and clap. That's one of our up-and-coming troopers right there. But understand, there are 2 sounds. Now here's one. Let's see. Let's see if you can remember this one. What are those sounds? What are those sounds in Hebrew? Those 2 sounds. Tell me, type in the chat, what are those 2 sounds? And if they're vowels, if there are 2 of them, what are they? I mean, they're up here somewhere. There's 2 vowels up here somewhere on this board. There's 2 vowels, okay? So what are they? What are those 2 sounds? We'll give you a few more seconds here. And then, all right. Okay, anybody? What are those few stuff in class? Yes, sis, go ahead.
One is I.
She said one is I, that'll be right here.
One is
I'll circle it.
I think one is Q.
Well, maybe I shouldn't put a circle around it. Maybe I should just, this is what she said. I'm just kind of, you tell me if you agree or not, but you just tell me what it is in the chat and I'll decide whether you agree or not. One of the sis in class said I, what's the other one?
Q.
Huh? Oh, she said Very good. Sis right here, the other one is okay?
How about N?
Those are the 2 sounds. And of course that goes the same for since this is a in paleo, it's the same. So you use this one, and of course this one in I. That's what an I looks like in paleo right here. And of course the top one, Jesus. I wrote the one in America. There it is right there. Okay, that one. It looks like an O, and looks like a sort of a wide I right there. And this is okay? And here is the right here. Those are the vowels, they're 2 vowel sounds, and of course there are 22 characters. Even the 6-year-olds told us, and the little children shall teach us. That's what the Bible says. You know, we pay attention. You guys let me know when you guys get that down. When y'all finish writing that down, we're gonna move on to more of the chosen. We already know that the Most High gave us the chosen LASHAWAN QADASH, because everybody in the world copied off us. You look at some of our symbols in the world. Everybody all over all the nations. That's, this is the mother tongue. Okay, right here, LASHAWAN. Even the Syrians wanted to take this and adopt it. Right here. A lot of our scrolls have written into this because of the original adaptation from Paleo going to the Assyrian. They basically stole our sounds. That's what I'm saying. Okay? But they didn't take our connectors. Thank God. They couldn't ruin it. So you find people over there right now in the Yiddish countries over there, the fake Jews that came there in Israel that's over there right now. They use the Syrian characters because they don't know what these are. And if they do know, they don't understand them enough to use them. They use this because they think they are the Jews, and they are not. You see? We are the chosen. That's why we use LASHAWAN QADASH in the way we use. That whole top line, I want to let you know, So you guys got that written down? Okay, now we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna erase, let's say this top line. I assume you guys are getting that one. I've had it since the beginning of the class, so I can have some room to kind of like explore some more things here. Because like I said, the word shakar, strong, looks like this, shakar. And then, then it's in Paleo, and then of course in Assyrian, it looks like this, okay? No ending characters, no connectors, just plain Jane, just like it is, all right? So let's move on to something else here. Let's ask some questions here. In the class, who are the chosen? Are all the nations the chosen, or just the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Raise your hand and tell me. What y'all think? Go ahead, Dr. Zah. Who are the chosen? Who are the chosen? Who is Israel? Is it blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians?
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
All right, give that brother a hand. That's right. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, and we're the chosen. Not these other nations. These other nations wish they was like us. That's why they always trying to imitate us, but they can't. You know, they don't know how. That's why they always, every time you turn around, trying to figure out what them people over there doing. They're peculiar people. It's peculiar. Ain't that peculiar? Look at this. They're peculiar. How they do this? They don't have any rhythm. We do. It's because we're strong. You know, Shakar. We're strong. We're strong people. So let's do something here. Let's move on to something else like let's explore these words here. What? These interrogative words. You know, like what, where, why, when, like question words, words of question. You know, when you have like a question mark, you know, that's that word for what is ma'a. Okay? And of course, and we'll use paleo. We'll have ma, like that. All right? And then we'll have ha, maha. So abagada, ha, right here. Okay? Then we have, well, what? What implies is asking a question. So what is a racist? Is the Most High a racist? Asking everybody. Raise your hand, sis. Raise your hand. Go ahead. The sister in class said the Most High is a racist. Okay? Yes, go ahead, Nancy. Well, you hold your thought for a second. Now, and why the Most High is a racist? What is that? Let's look this up. Let's look up why we say the Most High is a racist. So we're going to use some interrogative words here. We're going to say what? We're going to say even why right here. Okay? And we're going to say when. In Hebrew. And we're going to lose a few more interrogative words here. Follow along with me. Ma'ah. So basically, you're going to say, you can take this word like here, ma'ah. So this is one sound, you know. You can say, and I can use the independent connectors here, or I can use join them together. ma'a. You know? Or I can say ma'a, but you know, you can, but I like to use this way right here. Ma'a. Okay? You don't want to say ma, but that's not how it sounds. Ma'a, because it's one sound. You know, because the word is short doesn't mean it can have one sound. That's what we're doing right here. Okay? All right. The Most High. Let's look this word up. That's what I was going to say. I think I looked it up earlier. Racist. It means simply because he's for his people. He understands that he's for, the Most High understand that he's for his people. That's the idea that you want to understand right here. He's for his people. Is he for the fake Jews, sis, brother? Not so. Is he for the fake Jews? Is he for the Africans? Is the Most High for the Japanese? Is he for the Chinese? And is he for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? And that's what he's for. So that makes him a racist. Right? You let that sink in for a second. That's what he is. I mean, that's what the Most High is. I have no problem with understanding that. I believe that. I agree with it. That's what he is. He's for his people. And he's supposed to be for his people. You know, that's what he is. He is for his people. Let's even grab it and dissect the word a little bit more. Now that we have to a little bit, but let's just look it up a little bit and find out some more on it. His people. That's who he's for. Okay, the Most High is for his people. Let's just look up. Let's find out what that word. Let's cut down this right here. Right here. Even the oppressor knows to say, they say prejudice against, antagonistic towards a person or people on the basis of their membership. They have a membership. They're the children of what? The children of Israel. So blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, the Most High is for his people because we're chosen. Okay? Let's see. Then it says, in a particular racial or ethnic group. This is what they're saying. Typically, one that is minority, okay, well, you can say that. And it's a noun, and that's as an adjective. As a noun, it says a person who is prejudiced against an antagonist, okay, you can say that too. But the main thing I get out of this is like this. Their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. That means we have a particular group about us. We are the children of Israel. Why? We are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the 12 tribes. The Most High is very, very partial. That's another word you can use. You can use the word partial. He's partial toward us. Well, let's look that word up. And you know, since we're gonna break this word open here, let's just look up partial. Let's see what the Most High. Why is it that? We're gonna get some scriptures here in a second here. Let's see. Why is the Most High? Why is he saying we're partial? I mean, why are we saying he's racist? Why are we saying he's partial? He's for favor. Here, right? I like the second definition right here. An adjective. Favoring one side in dispute above another, or he's biased. He favors one side. That means he favors us. Okay? Okay? What else did I say? He favors us. And he also, let's see, what else we got? Careful now, Zah. He favors us. And let's see, he's partial. He's biased. Yeah. He's biased toward us. Now these words, the oppressor will use these in a derogatory way. Oh, you racist. You prejudiced. You for your people. What's wrong with us being for our people? Anybody? What's wrong with us being for our people? Anybody? Why should we be for our people? Yeah, because the Most High chose us. We're was supposed to be. You ever see you ever see a blue jay and a cardinal together? Never.
No.
Because they got enough sense to know. You ever see a horse and a lion together?
No.
Because they got enough sense to know to be for the lion, and the horse enough sense to be for the horse, right? You ever see a robin and a sparrow be together? The Most High is for His people. He made a distinction. Let's get some scriptures on this. Let's find out why. So he's a separatist. Why? Ma'a, because he separated the nations. He separated us. Okay. The Most High doesn't want you with anybody else, because all it would do is corrupt. That's why we're here in America right now, because we try to go in the groves, sneak in the groves, and worship their idols. All the nations around our northern kingdom over there with Greek, messing up things, worshiping. And our people trying to bring in a Christmas, trying to do this. Lord help us. Most High said, I'll tell you what, you don't want to do what I got to say to you, I'll send you over there in a place called Babylon on ships. Deuteronomy 28:68. Let's see what else to check in class here. Let's see. Let's check it out. Baralaba from Texas. Baralaba. Glad to have you class, sis. Checking in from Texas real quick here. Okay. Baralaba from Texas. You know, I like to kind of like put everybody's name down, you know, so we'll, you know, check it out. Then people, of course, you don't have a name. This is your chance to get in class and learn who you are, 12 tribes of Israel, okay? Why? Why? Why is the Lord for Israel? Why? Why is He for Israel? Okay? And let's find out how you that word. It's an interrogative word. So we're gonna say why. Let's find out how do you say why in Hebrew. Madawai. So we want to say, let's see. Let's erase this and put it down up under it. Okay, ma, da. Make sure I got it spelled right here. Yeah, there we go. Ma, da, why. Okay, and of course you're using ma. You're using paleo here. May not have a chance to write down the Syrian, but just that's what it is. Ma. Then we have da. Okay. Then we have ma and da. Then we have wa. Okay, we're gonna need this wa sound. That wa sound goes right here. You gotta understand in paleo, it's gonna look like this. And of course the I is gonna look like that. That's ma and wa. We'll get the connectors here. Let's see who else is checking class. We'll break it down. The water, glad to be here, sir. Yeah. All right. Yes. That's sis every week, checking class. Yonder bar. You're welcome. So, careful now, son. So we say ma da wa, why? Ma, da, and then we have why, like that. Now we have to break this down, this word. When you say why are we the chosen? Okay? Or let's put it this way. Let me put it this right here. Why for Israel? Because He's for Israel. That's the main thing. That's the main thing, because He's for Israel, and that's what we were saying. We'll say, let's go to Deuteronomy 32, 8, and 9. Let's go there. Let's see what happened there. The book of Deuteronomy 8 and 9. Let's just take our time. Do you have that, sis, or are you good? We'll get the book of Deuteronomy 8. What did I say? I'm sorry, I apologize. Deuteronomy 32. Deuteronomy 32, 8 and 9. I apologize. It's a lot. Let's do that again. Deuteronomy. Boy, that word's sliding off now. Chapter 32. Okay. 8 and 9. So we're attempting to say why. Well, let's let the Lord answer this. Let's let the Most High answer this. Go ahead, sis. Can you read that for me loud? Okay.
Deuteronomy 32,
Okay.
verse 8.
Okay.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam,
That's right.
he set the bonds.
The bounds.
The bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
That's right. To the number of who?
The number
Israel.
of Israel.
Say it again, Nafza.
Israel.
He to the number of Israel. That's why the Most High put it here in Deuteronomy, okay, 32, 8 and 9, okay? That's what he did. He put that there for the bounds of Israel, okay? The Most High did that. He didn't do, he wanted to make sure that we he wanted to make sure what he did was separated us, of course, and why? For Israel. He did it for us. Why did he do that? He made us his people. He was partial to us. He favors us, and he's biased toward us. So that makes him racist. That's fine. The Most High is a racist. That's fine. I have no problem. Get the scripture for me, if you could. Sis, if you can for me, if you don't mind. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Let's get one of our middle scriptures here. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Come over there to there. All right.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Great, yes.
For thou art an holy people.
We're what, sis?
An holy,
A holy people. Yes, go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God.
That's right.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
She said, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's all people. You know, not some. He said all. He made us. This is why. I mean, because he made sure. He made sure that why? Why? He made sure that he separated us. Okay? What? That's what he did. Of course, there are a lot of whats, but he made sure that he separated us. And we'll have to read that again. So let's see who else. Shar, the officer Shar Monetta. Got that shirt, car strong. Shar, Officer Shar. Okay, doing a fantastic job on Thursdays. Teaching class, filling in. Okay. Read that again, sis. I'm sorry. Where are we at?
Oh, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. We are chosen. And the Most High is saying, because we're his people, I'm just going to say his people there. We're his people. He's partial toward us. He favors. Read it again, sis.
Concept. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
Stop it right there, sis. To be what?
A special people.
A special people. You know, he said special. Let's put that word down. Let's go put the wind down here. Let's erase that right. Put this down here. Interrogative words in Hebrew right there. What'd you say? Special?
Special people.
Special Man, that means like you got like not just an ordinary cake, you got a big old chocolate cake. This is special, you know, not like not like a small car, a big car. We're special, you know, not like just a regular small silver tooth. We have the gold teeth as our grill. If you want to say silver, that's fine. Not as a name something else. Why are we special? Because we have the knowledge, we have the ability, and what else? What makes us special, sis? Go ahead. Anybody in the audience? Lamore David met this sister when we were having our cookout. Dina McCall's mom, I believe. Lamore David. We're special, and I'm going to show you. Here's some more why we're special. Let me show you how the Lord, go ahead, sis.
One thing that makes us special is that the Lord chooses us out of everybody else.
He chose us out of everybody else. And to choose a person will make you his people, right? He's partial. That's why he's a racist. So when we say this on the street, oh, he can't be racist. No, yes he is. Because what he did separated us, pulled us. And I'm going to show you here. I'm going to give you, let's go to this one right here. Let's go to this text right here. Let's find out how do you, let's see. Yeah. Where is that? Where's my, oh. Did I write it down here? Oh, there it is. Okay. I have to turn the page, it's locked. There, okay. Okay, Genesis 2 and 7, pulled up before me. Turn to Genesis 2 and 7. Let's see when he did this. You know, let's find out what happened. Let's go to Genesis 2, what did I say, Genesis 2 and 7?
Yes, sir.
Genesis 2 and 7. Read that for me, sis, if you could for me, Baba Shah.
Concert. Genesis chapter 2, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground,
Okay.
and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
The Most High. So that was your first Adam. Okay. That was Adam. Of course, he took him to the garden later, but that's Adam. Now, what does it mean that this? And I don't want to get too much into the breakdown, but what he did, when he did it in the beginning there. You know, people already made. He chose Adam. Say, come here, go over there. So he chose us and pulled him from the what? The what of the ground?
From the dust of the
He
ground.
pulled Adam from the dust, meaning that he pulled him from his, you know, it didn't mean that he shook his clothes off. He pulled him from all the degradation out there, from all this dust, all these people up there doing anything out there. When he made the people, the Lord looked carefully, because he's looking for his people, partially, favors, bias. He's racist because he chose who? Chose Adam to be the progenitor of the start for his people. That means he took the dust, he took them from the dust, from a lower state, low, down in the ground, like, okay, now let's make this a man. And what else did he do, sis? He took him and did what?
And breathed
He breathed into his nostrils what?
the breath of life.
That means he gave him knowledge. And I don't want to get too much in depth in here, but that's what he did. He did it during the Garden of Eden. That's all I really want to say. That's why Adam was special. Okay, see? Of course. Okay, now, I know you're going to say, well, after Adam, you know, you had Ham, Shem, and Japheth. After Noah, we'll get into that in a second here. But the Most High kept choosing. He kept choosing. But let's start with, we got this Adam here. We are. And then, of course, how do you say when? Let's get into the Hebrew. Let's find that out. Let's go back and get into the Hebrew. How do we break that down? We got to go into the Hebrew, get into this interrogative word here. Where is it at? Okay, it's locked. There it is, right here. Go through my notes sometime. Get a little lost, but we're gonna find it right here. He pulled Adam from the lower state, brought him up. A lower state. You can't be no more lower. Of course, we're a lower state here right now, but he chose, for what we're saying, why the Most High is a racist. He pulled us from a lower state. He showed him, he showed Adam that he can be somebody better than those first people he made. That's what he is. Adam, look. He pulled him from a lower state. That's what we want to be able to say about that. Where is this at here? Okay. Here it is right here. I'm sorry. Lucky. Lost the page there. We'll find it. Oh, I tell you. Got all this stuff down here. Okay. There it is right there. Wow. Eluded me, I tell you. What I say, when? You want to say when, you say matha. So it's kind of erase this a little bit here. We'll put Adam or below it here. Ma, right here, when you want to say the word when, you want to say ma, and then you want to say maya. Mafya. Mafya. Like that. And we'll spell that here in a second in Paleo. But that's what he did. He took Adam from the Garden of Eden. In the garden, that's when he did it. During the Garden of Eden. He took Adam. Took him from a low estate. Okay? Breathed into his nostril. Gave him knowledge. The breath of life. Because if he hadn't given him the breath of life, they dying out there. They ain't know who they were. But when he pulled Adam, children of Israel, he said, Adam, I'm gonna come here. And he gave him. Later on, of course, he gave him a wife and all of that. He gave him children, and of course they had Cain and Abel and the story of Seth. And of course, we're not going to get into all of that. But that's what that's from. So Adam got pulled from the what? From the dust. That's what happened. From a lower state. And he breathed into his nostrils that breath of life, and then he gave him what? Knowledge. Did he not? He was separating Adam right there from all those other people walking around. Right or not? Right? Let's see what else we got here. One more, David? Oh, yes, got it. He was separating all the people. He had to. From this wisdom, Most High is wise. Because he wanted to make his people. So that makes him a racist. That makes sense? That makes him a racist. What does he think about the other nations? Go ahead, sis.
I think it's spittle onto the ground.
It's like what?
Spittle onto the ground.
The sister, she's right. She said like spittle. Let's get 2 Esdras 6 and 54. See if we can find that. Can you find that, sis, in your? I have it over here. If you can't find it here, in the Apocrypha. Let's read. What did he think about the other nations? What's the Most High? See, we use the Apocrypha here just so you'll understand. You get it, sis?
Second Esdras.
6 and 54. We use the Apocrypha right here. A little sloppy. That is in the middle of the Bible in 1611 version because King James made sure of that, okay? Because when we wound up here in America 1619, it was in there, ready for us. So all ISUPK could borrow. Be careful now, son. Now stop. Sit up. You guys, what's it, Sarah? Sarah, y'all sit up. The Apocrypha, that's where we get second Esdras from. For everybody looking in, for all of you fake Israelites, all of you fake camps, understand. Second Esdras 6 and 4. 6 and 54 to my people. We urge you that you get in class so you'll understand what we're talking about here. When we say, when we give you interrogative words, you'll understand, why. These are question words. And we're answering those questions. Then in Hebrew, ma'ah. So let's, while you get that, sis, let me know when you get it, and I'll, you got it?
So like you said, you want verse 57 or verse 54?
What did I say, Slaki? 6 and 54. Yeah, what did I say? Second Esdras 6.
Second Esdras.
6th chapter. Yes, let me find it here. Let me see. Let me make sure. There it is right here. Second Esdras, the 6th chapter, the 54th verse. I'll follow along with you. Go ahead, sis.
Come, sir. Second Esdras chapter 6.
Yeah, read it for me, sis.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Okay, now right there, we just said that Adam is what? Is made Lord of what?
All thy creatures.
Okay, stop right there. We'll stop it right there for a second. Because we just said when he did it in the Garden of Eden. So, Esdras, priests and prophets, he's even telling you further. Adam, okay, pulled from the dust of the ground, given knowledge, all right, made him strong, Shekah. He made him strong, see? That's what he did. Gave him knowledge, because he was setting up his people right here. He was partial. He favored them. He was biased, man. Most High is a gangster. Yahweh Shah. Yahweh. Okay? He pulled him from the dust of the ground and made Adam a gangster. Made him an understanding, knowledgeable person now. And he gave him what? What's the most important thing that he gave him? If he gave him knowledge, what is it? Go ahead.
The breath of life.
Okay, and then what is that breath of life? It's knowledge, and what else? What are we to keep?
Oh, commandments.
Commandments, or the what? The laws. The laws, statutes, and commandments, right? So, right there. He gave Adam the laws. That's the knowledge that he gave him. Did he not? He gave Adam the law, or we wouldn't have it. He gave it to him. So you can't say, so none of you fake, we'll finish second Esdras in a second here. So you can't say these fake Israelite groups, you can't go around raping children. These Christian pastors, you can't go around taking people money and sleeping with people's wives. These fake churches, you can't go around and clap and jump backwards and eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and expect to inherit the kingdom. You can't do that. The Most High gave us laws from when? In Genesis, and that's the beginning. So he gave to Adam, he gave him knowledge. He gave him laws. So Genesis 2 and 7. Okay, finish reading that, sis. Let's see what Esdras said. Second Esdras, 6 and 54. Go ahead, sis.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Okay.
Of him come we all.
Come we what, sis?
We all.
We come from Adam. He pulled the dust off Adam, gave him knowledge and laws. And keep going, sis.
and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Okay, right here. Oh, let's go back to this chosen right here. Did I even write it on the board? Right here. Chosen. There's another one. He chose us. Chosen. Here, LASHAWAN QADASH, that's what I'm saying to you. He did what? He separated us, of course. Why? Because we're special, and he he made Adam from the dust. He pulled him from the dirt and degradation and filth back there with all these other people they're doing. Pulled him from the dust and ground, gave him knowledge, gave him the laws. Okay? And that means he chose us. All right? All right, let's see. 6, let's go. Okay, go ahead and read 55. Second address 6. We read second address 6 and 54. Let's read second address 6 and 55, sis.
Okay. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
For whose sake?
Our sake.
Okay, and world. He made us the world. He made the world, it's like age of societies. Okay? Not just, Aratazah is the earth. Okay, when he said he made the world, that means all of the society he made them for whose sake?
Our sake.
Our sake. We're supposed to be on top. We ain't supposed to be on the bottom. He made them for our sake. Keep reading, sis.
Verse 56.
Mm-hmm.
As for the other people.
Now what other people? As for the other nations that we talked about when he separated the nations out of Deuteronomy 32, 8, 9. As for the other people, read what it says, sis.
As for the other people, which also came from Adam,
Right?
thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
Nothing.
They are nothing. They are nothing. And finish reading, sis. What are they? What the Most High compared them against? Because he showed them compared to his people. If you was his people, he wouldn't say this about you. Go ahead, sis.
But be unto spittle.
Oh, spittle is when you take that great big hop in your mouth and you pop. That's how much the Most High, that's how he looks at you. Finish reading, sis.
And hast likened
Okay.
the abundance of them unto a drop
Liken, like a comparison, to a drop of
that falleth from a vessel.
that fall. And if you got a vessel, you walking around here with a vessel, getting ready to mop the floor, you carrying it. The Most High likens you to this, a drop that is falling from, you're going to mop this floor now, and that drop falling on the floor, that's insignificant. That's how he thinks of you. That, I didn't even put that word on the board. Just insignificant. Insignificant. And that's what he thinks of you. That's in the Apocrypha. That's what he thinks of the other nations. But Israel, because we're chosen, he had to tell Esdras, that's in the Apocrypha right there. See? That's what she's reading out of right there. So, the Most High said, I'm for my people. But as for these other nations, I'll read it again. I'm sorry, I'm sloppy, assistants. Read verse 56. As for the other people, what the other nations are all about. As for the other people, what did he say?
Which also come of Adam.
Also come of Adam. That Adam which he made in the beginning right there and gave him knowledge and the laws. Go ahead.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
They come from Adam. Yeah. But he said what? They are nothing. The Japanese, they are, y'all read in class, repeat after me. The Japanese are nothing.
Nothing.
The Chinese are,
Nothing.
the fake Jews are,
Nothing.
okay, the Yiddish fake Jews, of course, they are nothing. The Italians are,
Nothing.
the Germans are,
Nothing.
all of the nations other than Israel are,
Nothing.
that's what the Most High is saying. He's saying they're nothing. You don't even regard them. You don't even pay attention to them because they're nothing. That's what Esdras has said. See, but the Most High said he chose us He chose us and put us on high. So you know now, if you didn't know, you know the Most High is a racist. If you didn't know, you know that. Let's get this one. Let's get, let's see. Let me see here. If you didn't know, see what time we got it. Okay, good. If you didn't know, let's look at this. Of course, let me spell this word win here real quick here in Hebrew. Ma, like that, okay, and then tha, ma, tha. So we're going to put this word together like this. Ma, right there. We need to connect it to join them because that's what all of this is right here. Ma, ya. So we say ma, then we say what?
Yeah.
We say ya. And so in Hebrew, we have to put this word. Boy, I tell you. Let's do it this way. Let's put the, like this. Trying to make room over here. Ma, ya, okay? Just like that. And we'll put ya and give it an independent sound just like this, by itself. And now we'll do the upside down U because it's by itself, independent. But when you want to make things join together, like moth, that's what win means. That's what the Most High, he actually really did in the beginning, okay? You know, other people come of Adam, like, name some people that also came of Adam that's not part of us. Go ahead, sis.
Japheth.
Japheth, that's, okay. All right, that's Japheth. You have the Hawaiians, right? You have the Aborigines, that's very good, sis. And so on and so forth, okay? What's another one that comes of Adam that's not part of us? We want to talk about, we're still on 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. Go ahead, Elder, go ahead.
Arabs.
Say it again.
Arabs. Like
The Arabs, that's exactly right. Now, let's see how the Arabs come from where?
They come from Abraham, but they're not us, so they're not chosen.
And who was the Arabs' dad? Exactly right. They came from Arabs. They came from Abraham, I'm sorry. Ishmael. And he was the brother of Isaac. Very good. So there are two brothers right there. And, you know, and his mother's name was Hagar. So he's, you know, made him a lunch, sent him on the way. But he gave him princes. Okay? He gave them princes and he gave their rulership. Gave them, everybody has their own little nation, their own little setup, their own little bounds. Okay? But he made Israel. In Deuteronomy 32, 8, 9, he gave them special. You know, why? Because we're special. Mother, why? We are special. Okay? We're his people. He's partial against us. And some more nations like that. The Japanese, right? All right? Moab, that's the Chinese, right? Moab. And the Ammon, okay? There are a bunch of nations out there. None of them, if you're not to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, then you don't fall in the category of this under the Most High. When he say he's a racist, he chose you. And I like that scripture second. When I first heard this scripture right here, 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. I'm going to read it again here. Sister did a superb job. I'm going to read it again here after this. After these, Adam also, whom, 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. Follow along with me. After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Now he's the Lord. He's Allah. Of all these creatures. All of the creations. All of the animals, for that matter. You know, the Most High, he said this. 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. Talking about the Most High as a racist. here in LASHAWAN QADASH class. What did he do? When? It's an interrogative word. Why did he do it? Madawad, Ma'ya, and Ma'a, right here. What did he do? Okay. After this, these Adam also, whom thou madest, Lord of all creatures. Okay? Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. That's the word I like. He chose us. Now that's how you know that we are the 12 tribes of Israel. He made us to do that. Because who's on the bottom right now? Us. Who's on the bottom? Anybody. They hunt us in the street. I think it's Zephaniah 4:18, 4:17. Who are they hunting down in the street? Find me Zephaniah 4:18. Let's describe who all of this is for. I mean, if a lot of people say, oh no, they sitting in the Christian church, some of these white people out here, slacking for that, don't want to get cut off in the air there. Some of these Edomites, Esau, or Caucasians, when they say, oh no, I'm chosen, I'm clap my hands in church, let's find out. Have you been downtrodden like this? Let's give me a second address. I'm sorry. Zephaniah, what did I say? Zephaniah.
So like you said, is that not Apocrypha?
4:18. Huh? It's in the Old Testament there.
In the Old Testament.
But I'll finish reading here. After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all creatures, of him come we all. And the people also made thou, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. He chose us, okay? Then it says, verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Most High, O Lord, because thou madest the world, all these ages societies out here. All of it. He made the world for our sakes, for his people. So he is racist. Nothing wrong with that word when you use it in its proper context, okay? All right. And then it says, verse 56. Did you get it, sis? I'll find it in a second.
What chapter?
What I said, 4:18.
Okay, mine is
I think it is.
3.
Yeah.
3 chapters.
Oh, it was Zechariah. Sorry. Let me see here. Thought it was, maybe I gave it the wrong one, I'm sorry. 4:18. Go to, no, it's 7, yeah, 7:9. Let me see. There. I'll find it for you in a second. I'll find it in a second here. I'll find it, this. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that thou, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but as be like unto spittle, and as like in the abundance of them that fall from a drop, that fall from a vessel. The Most High does not care about them. He's not in their faith. He could care less about them. He don't really, I'll find that here in a second. He doesn't really care about the other nations. All he cares about is his people. And that's the problem. You got people over there, the fake Jews over there trying to perpetrate us and take over. That's why they're in that land right now, trying to take over the 1948 Balfour Declaration, that they went over there and tried to say, oh, the other nations recognize that they're not the Jews. They're not Yahweh, or for that matter, any of the 12 tribes, see, which they try to claim. That's our street here. I mean, that's our, that's what the problem is, even in America. They they try to take over us and try to be like us, but not knowing that you really can't do that. Let's see, I'm sorry, Lamentations. I apologize. I'm way off. Lamentations 4:18. I had the 4:18 correct, but I had Lamentations. I apologize to you. So lock it. Lamentations 4:18. Let's find out. If we're supposed to be the chosen people, there ought to be characteristics about these chosen people. Because, you know, the Most High said you really should be keeping these laws. That's what we really should be doing. These laws that Adam was given from the beginning. When he pulled the dust off of him and, you know, took him from that lower state and made him knowledgeable and gave him the laws. That's what we should be practicing. But sometimes it's hard to recognize us. Let's give you some more, let's give you a little bit of recognition. But here in ISUPK, of course, you see men, you see women, you see strong bonded families, you see people doing what they're supposed to be. You don't see women out there throwing their lives away, going after man. They have their own man. You see men in here, you know, have their wife, or they have another wife, if that's what they want. Because I'm saying to you, the Most High chose us, okay? We don't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. He chose us. Through his people. He's partial. That's why he said, keep these laws. That makes you special. You don't just wake up one morning and say, I'll do what I want to do. You wear your beard. You wear your fringes when you're in class. You treat people with proper brotherhood and understanding, and you understand who we are. Well, let's find out. Let's find out what's one of the way how you can recognize and look at us. That's many ways here. How you looking at us? How they beating us down? You read that for me, sis?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They hunt our steps.
Tell me where you are, sis.
I'm sorry, Lamentation chapter 4, verse 18.
Okay, go ahead.
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. They, the oppressor, is the they. Go ahead, sis.
That we cannot go in our streets.
We can't even go into our streets. Why? Because they hunt our steps, shooting us down. Trayvon Martin, shooting us down, gunning us down, choking Rodney King out, shooting us in the street. They hunt our steps. Read that again, sis.
They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
We can't go in our own streets. Why? Because the Most High gave us the head of these societies out here, but we don't keep the laws. The Most High is going to change this soon, and He's going to put this wicked oppressor, which is called, what's the oppressor called here how do we recognize an ISUPK? What's the oppressor called? Go ahead. Go ahead. Anybody?
Edom.
He's Edom. That's right. He's an Edomite. And what is he called? He's a deceiver. And what is that?
Oh, that's the devil.
He's a devil. He's a deceiver. The Most High is going to take him and put him up in slavery. Well, we don't have time to go through all of the precepts here, but we want to let you know that the Most High is a racist because He understands that we're His people. We need to follow the law. He favors us. Well, if He favors you, why don't you keep His laws and His statutes and commandments? Why don't the 12 tribes follow Him? Why don't you be strong, Shakar? What did He do? Separated. He did all this for you. Made the worlds for your sake. 2 Ezra 6:54. Why did He do it? Well, because we're special people. He separated the nations. When did He do it? In Adam. From the start. And of course, there's more to it, but we want to get LASHAWAN QADASH. We want to turn to Romans 9:13. Let's find out. Romans 9:13. Let's find out a little bit more about how we are special, how the Most High is a race, how He understands. Why is He partial? Why does He favor us? Why is He biased toward me? Why does He say Look, I know who y'all are. Y'all been hunted down in the streets. So, say, y'all from Adam. Y'all that special people. The other nations come from Adam, but they're not us. They ain't been hunted down, stepped on. But I say, Romans 9:13.
Yes, sir.
Read that for me, sis, if you could.
Romans chapter 9, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
As it is written,
As it is written. Go ahead, sis.
Jacob have I loved,
Jacob have I loved. And what, sis?
but Esau have I hated.
That's the Esau you've been talking about. That Edom. That old devil. That old oppressor. Okay? We'll describe it here. We'll show you where it came from in seconds in Genesis. But read that again, sis.
Romans chapter 9, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
As it is written,
Okay?
Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. You're doing a superb job reading in class. Jacob have I loved. But he hated Esau. So if he don't, a lot of people talking about, the Lord loves everybody. That's a whole other topic. John 3:16. He loves everybody. Well, if he did, why did he favor us? Okay? Why did he favor us? Why is he partial toward us? Why is he biased toward us? Why did he choose us? We're answering these questions. What, why, when, where? We got some more. I mean, just don't have the room to write everything on the board. I'm saying the Most High is a racist. Is there any more to that, sis? Listen, what you got?
That's the end of it.
Okay, that's good. Let me go there. Let me go to Romans 9:13. Let me follow that a little bit better. Sis, Officer Natazaz Rib is reading for us. She's doing a superb job in class. She always does here, helping us out. Romans 9. Slocky. Let's go there. Let me see. Let me go there. Let me go. Okay. Read verse 9 and 4 for that matter.
Chapter 9, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Romans chapter 9, verse 4.
Romans chapter 9 and 4. Pay attention to this right here. Write it down in your notes, guys. Online, in class, so you'll understand who are the chosen. So you'll understand who are the Israelites. Go ahead, sis.
Romans chapter 9, verse 4. Who are Israelites?
Who are Israelites?
To whom pertaineth the adoption.
Okay, start with that. Who pertaineth the adoption? We were adopted into this. Okay? The Most High. He adopted that. So I'm going to pull you from all of the degradation out there, all these people I made. I'm going to give you knowledge, and those are the laws, okay? Statutes and commandments. So you won't have to be scrounging for rabbits and snails and tails and puppy dog tails. Finish reading, sis.
And the glory.
And the glory. Okay, it's a glorious thing. All right, keep reading, sis.
And the covenant.
And the covenants. That's these laws right here. So you won't have to treat people wrong. So you won't have to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. So you'll understand who you are. You'll know how the 12 tribes will understand how to treat each other. We'll understand that we were separated from all the other nations. We'll understand that we are special people. We understand that we are knowledgeable now. We have laws. We don't have to live like some heathen or barbarian. Keep reading, sis, if you could for me.
And the giving of the law.
That's what we said. Just said the giving of the law. The Most High gave us this law. Keep reading, sis.
And the service of Yahweh.
And that's what we're doing right now. I'm Officer Kazak Shapar, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. To all the brothers, all the Barakatham, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, to all my sisters. In the service, I am in the service of the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohanan. The ISUPK. To teach the LASHAWAN QADASH class on Friday and show you our LASHAWAN QADASH as it pertains to our scriptures. Because the scriptures teaches these words. It teaches about this. And next week I don't have enough time and room to get into the breakdown of these, but I did break down one right here, strong. Shakar. Shakar. Strong. It means strong, okay? Let's find out something in Romans here. when she read Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but what's this?
But Esau have I hated.
Esau have I hated. Okay? And people say this. Let me read a little bit of this. What shall you say then? There's that what? Ma. You know, what do people say? What shall you say? Ma. What shall you say then? Okay? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? He's asking that question. That interrogative. That's what questions are. And the Most High say, go down to verse 9 and 14 says, tell me what that says.
It says, God forbid.
The Most High forbid. He said, it's not unrighteous to choose his people, to separate them from all this junk, to separate them from that, badalka, to make them QADASH, to set them apart, to be holy, okay, to give them a righteous language, a righteous tongue, okay, the Paleo-Hebrew right here, okay. Of course, you know, we understand and we read the Syrian also here in the LASHAWAN QADASH class, but it's not to be misunderstood that the Paleo is the chosen language right there, of course. So, let's finish reading. What shall you say then? Is there unrighteousness with God, with the Most High? He said, the Most High forbid. For he said to Moses, or Moshe, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. That's the Most High. He do what he wants to do. I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. But he had compassion on us. That's partiality right there. He favors us. It says this. I will have compassion. It didn't say to the whole age of societies. Then it says this. Verse 16. Follow along with me out there in class also. Verse 9 and 16. So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. The Most High did this for us. And we should be a little bit more cognizant of understanding. That means to just pay attention, to have a little bit better direction than to go around thinking, oh, okay, you know, the Most High did this for me, what should I do? Well, I'll tell you what you should do. You should put that pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster down. You should follow these laws. Understand the knowledge. Those are the laws. Separate yourself right here. All right. Know that you're a special people. Those are the things that the Most High wants you to do. Those are the things that the Most High is interested in you doing. I mean, what do we look like? Let's see. Okay, good. What do we look like following the other nations? What do we look like doing that? The Most High doesn't want you to go out here and follow these other nations. If he wants you to do that, then he wouldn't have pulled out on the side and says, let us all, and he'll tell them. But, when even from Noah, he had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And the Most High brought us through the lineage. Let's see if the audience out here know which lineage we came through. Was it Ham, Shem, or Japheth? Because the Lord's still choosing. He's still choosing. Go ahead, sis. Shem. She said Shem. Get us, sister. Let's see some applause right there. He said Shem. Exactly right. She said Shem. She said Shem. It's a tongue thing. Shem. Because Ham is of the Africans, right? Japheth, Aborigines, Hawaiians, and all those other nations like that, Eskimos and all that. But the Most High said, I am going to choose you from Shem. Now, there are other nations from Shem. Go to Genesis 25 and 25 for me, sis. Those other nations, let's find out why. what happened to them? Because it says he loved, it says it in Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Well, if he hated Esau, who in the world is Esau? We know we're Jacob. We came through the lineage. We came through Abraham, Isaac, then Jacob. Okay? Because Sarah had Isaac. He says, through Isaac shall y'all seed be. Okay? That's what it says. That's what we read about in Sabbath class all the time. You know? But, and then, of course, Ishmael, what we talked about, he went on for the Arabs. But who's this Esau? When the Most High said, Jacob have I loved, in Romans 9:13. But Esau have I hated. Let's find out who Esau was. Read it for me, Baba Kushah, sis.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 25.
Uh-huh.
And the first came out red.
The first came out red. Now, not just for the Most High is just simply trying to describe to you what color Esau was for identification purposes. Because he wants you to understand who we are. He wants you to understand that the children of Israel are not the red people. But not just for the sake of color, but through the time that's passed, of course. But he wants to let you know that Esau was what? He was red and what else?
All over like a hairy garment.
Like a hairy came out of the womb. Now Jacob and Esau was born in that same womb. And he came out like a hairy garment, did he not? And what? Finish reading this.
And they called his name Esau.
They called his name what?
Esau.
Esau. Esau. That's what the Bible, that's what the Most High said. Let's go back and read. I'll read Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob. What does it say? Read that for me again. Jacob. Genesis 25:25. Jacob.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Take your time, sis. I know you're helping me out, man. I appreciate that. Genesis 25. We're going to find out who this Esau is, because the Most High said he's favored. He said he loved. To love somebody that is over somebody else, that's favoring. That's racist, which is good. He's loving you. He's partial. His people, and the Most High showing you in these scriptures right here. He's biased. He's chose us. And read that again for me, sis.
Genesis 25:25.
Uh-huh.
And the first came out red.
First came out red. Uh-huh.
All over like a hairy garment.
Like a hairy garment. Finish reading, sis.
And they called his name Esau.
Esau. Read verse, what is that? What did you say? Verse 24. What's that? Read that for me.
Genesis 25:24.
Uh-huh.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled,
Mm-hmm.
behold, there were twins in her womb.
Twins. You see those twins? Jacob and Esau. One was Jacob, one was Esau. Finish reading, sis.
Will we read 25 here?
Read right above that.
Above 24.
Yeah, just make sure people understand where Esau and Jacob came from. Will they go ahead and read this?
Genesis 25:23.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto her,
Mm-hmm.
2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations. See, the Most High separated us. There it is right there. Go ahead, sis. 2 nations. Now 2 nations, already you already know. Why did the Most High make them 1 nation? He made them 2 nations. Go ahead, sis. Read.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy
2
bowels.
manner, that means they are distinct in character differential. They are totally different. They are not the same. That's what this is saying. Not only in color, but 2 manner of people. One's going to be, go ahead, finish reading this.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
Okay, one shall be stronger. Jacob was stronger than Esau. You know, without getting into all of the story, but that's what it is. And we are the chosen. We are the Jacob. Finish reading, sis.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. The elder shall serve. The elder came out first, and his name was Esau. That's what they're saying. That's why the Most High, because he basically, later on you'll find out he just basically gave away his birthright. Esau did. The Most High say, I love Jacob. I hate you, Esau. You did a despicable thing. You despised your birthright. So you are Esau. You are the red one, haired all over. So the Most High is letting you know that he is for Israel and he ain't for these other nations. Okay? Especially the nation of Esau or Edom. And that's what you call the typical white man nowadays. Okay? That's who he is. And he didn't describe, if you notice in this little story, Genesis 25, it doesn't even describe what color Jacob was, because all people were people of color other than this Esau. So the Most High had to tell you who the oppressor is, and that's how he did it, by showing you that. Okay? He showed you who you were, showed you who they were. So you'll understand. Let's see if I have one more scripture here, maybe, let me see here, if I can. Let's find out. LASHAWAN QADASH here. Well, we're just attempting to describe what? Ma'ah. Okay? That's this word right here. Ma'ah. What happened? Well, they were separated. Why? Ma-da-wa. Ma-da-why. Man, let me make sure I got a... I'll put a dot on here. Ma-da-why. Okay? All right. And when? Well, he did it from the beginning. From Adam. Dust him off. Dust his junky self off and made him something, okay? Ma-da-why. Put the dust off of him, you know, and made him a straight up, stand up man, knowledgeable laws. You know, of course, gave him a wife, made him a strong man. Right here, Shakar, all right? Mathya, that's when it happened, Adam, okay? And that's really what the Most High is trying to tell you. Yeah, of course, we are chosen because the Most High is biased. He's racist, he's biased for his people, but he has reason to be. Okay? Let's turn to, let's see. We'll do our last scripture, Amos 3, 1 and 2 here. I'll see if I can look it up while you write it. So you go ahead and find it, sis, if you want to. Amos 3. Yeah. 1 and 2. Okay, let me read this for a second. Hear this word that the Most High has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I have brought you up from the land of Egypt. Now, he was brought us up from the land of Egypt, land of bondage, okay? That's what Egypt means. Now we put over here, saying, we were actually in Egypt. He brought us up from the land of Egypt. He's saying, you only have I known of all families of Aratazah. That's the earth. Or the earth. Ha, Aratazah. Okay? You have I only known. I ain't know nobody else. That's what he's trying to say. I'm sorry. Aratazah is earth of all the earth. That means anywhere that's touched foot on this soil here, he said, if Most High is very particular about what he's saying. You, Amos 3, verse 2, you only, who is you? The 12 tribes. You only have I known of the families of the Aratazah, of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Okay, that's mean we've been in punishment now. You know, we're brought into captivity. He brought us up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Aratazah, that word in Hebrew, okay? He's punishing us right now, trying to get us together, trying to help us to understand that you have to do what? Keep the what?
Laws.
Statutes and commandments, right? Okay? He's trying to let you know that he gave us knowledge. And we are what?
Special.
Special, okay? And why did he do this? Because we are why? Because we are special. And what did he do? Well, he wanted to make sure he separated us from them. Go ahead, Nabza.
I'm trying to tell you when class is over.
It's getting ready to be over. You're right on time. And that's basically the Most High, Sloppy. The Most High gave us these commandments from our forefather Adam, okay? And they were speaking Hebrew, LASHAWAN QADASH. We'll find that in the Bible on another subject, on another class right there. I believe it was through Hebrew. Then we got in captivity, and of course the Syrian Hebrew was, the characters were put in place, and of course, LASHAWAN QADASH, which the Most High put in place for us, is there with the connectors, so we'll understand right here. Look at that. So we'll understand. Look at those connectors. Ma da wa, ma da wa. So we'll understand. Maf ya, maf, then ya. Independent connector over here for ya, but maf has to be joined together. The M-A and the T-H, maf, ya. You don't say matha ya, it's mafia. And how do I know that? Because of the connectors. And like I said again, that's where all of these shalawamers mess up. They add in too many because they're using the Assyrian. They don't understand what they're doing. But the point I'm making is this. The Most High gave us LASHAWAN QADASH. So, if you wanted part of the fake Israelite groups, you wanted the 12 tribes of Israel, get into class. Our number is on our screen there. I'm Officer QADASH Paul, 50 here in South Carolina. We have classes all over the United States. And the Commanding General Yohana will let you know that you can get in class, you can learn your LASHAWAN QADASH. You can learn your heritage. You can learn that you're a 12 tribe. You can learn words and translate them into Hebrew. You can learn the words and look them up and find out what they are. You can let the Syrian and the Paleo work together so you can understand words. Okay? And sometimes they work, sometimes the Syrian doesn't always depict the true Paleo. So you got to really, really search out things. And, I'm still learning as an Officer 50. But now, ISUPK, I hope you guys had a Tawab class. Let's clap it up in class. And thank you for your participation, especially the brothers and sisters here in class, okay? We're the ISUPK, security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. It's lucky. If they need transportation to the teacher, will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'asherah. We'll get into numbers here. When you say Asherah, that's actually the number 10. It means of the 10th, okay? In the Hebrew, all right? 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, the free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upholding convocations, the next upholding convocation, of course, we have Purim, 14th day, 15th day of the 12th month, Thursday, February 25th, Friday, February 26th, 2021, Esther, 9 and 20 and 31, and of course the Passover coming up soon here. Get with your camp leader. That's going to be on April 24th. Passover, 14th day of the 4th month, Thursday, April 9th, 2020, sundown. Exodus 12, 1 and 51. Leviticus 23, 4 and 5. 1 Corinthians 5, 7 and 8. And 2 Corinthians 30 and 17. And those are the upholding convocations that we had. We had a Tawaf class. And for that say, we say with Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Barakatham. That have the sister salute. Yahweh Shamar, Alatha, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right. For that we say, Shalom.